Months, I have like 8 properties
You
in
have 8 properties,
in
3 markets, 8 properties in the last 11 months. And what's the portfolio size now?
I added like 2.5 million. So
Wow. What? 2.5 plus 6 now. Wow. That is
thank you.
amazing. I'm just so excited.
I started this program. I was 66 when I joined Open Spaces, and the way I look at it is, if I can do it at this age, right? The most of the people in the program are like in 30s, 40s, 50s, right? Why can't you do it?
Today is an exciting day because we get to interview Nirmal. Nirmal is an amazing investor who came into our world with real estate investing experience, and he has added millions to his portfolio in less than 1 year. And we're going to talk all about this with him today. There is one thing to start investing when you're super young, and a lot of people do that. They come into the world of real estate in their 20s, and that's amazing. And then, as the rest of us, we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s, we start thinking about real estate and we think, is it too late? Because everyone we see online looks super young who is getting started with real estate. And so, to that, I want to say that there are so many advantages for those of us who didn't get started when we were super young with real estate investing. It is not too late, number one, but a lot of advantages come with it, which is one, you're wiser, you're more stable emotionally, you you don't make rash decisions, you are financially more stable than anyone could have ever been when they were first starting out in their 20s, right? Building a career. Today's session is a great example of what can be achieved as you make a pivot, not when you're, in your early 20s getting into real estate, but as we go through life and become more financially stable and wiser. And so, great role model for all of us today. Nirmal is with us. Thank you for joining us, Nirmal. I'm so
Thank,
excited to talk to you.
thank you, Palak. Nice always be here. It has been a great journey since I joined Open Spaces.
Oh my goodness. We are just so happy to have you. Should we start with just tell everybody about you? And I know we've had you before, but for those of the folks here who haven't met you yet, tell them about who you are, what you did for a living, where you're from, what brought you to real estate.
So I'm an electrical engineer from Bombay, and I worked in the engineering company there, Larsen and Toubro Limited, almost for 20 years in different roles, and we decided to move to US. And again, like for 14 years, I had manufacturing background, so I was doing those kind of jobs. And my cousin, he kind of builds new hotels and sells those. So like, he invited me to join as a project manager slash business director. So then I came to Burr. What I've liked about you guys is you guys are kind of putting the picture as is, not kind of saying it is all great and you don't need to do any work. No, do need to do work, right? And you do need to learn a lot of things. But I found that that is a model which kind of works great. And so that's why I joined Open Spaces.
So you like that we were saying all like we were being realistic? Is
Yes.
that what? Yeah.
I really appreciate that, because most of the
Yes.
other people are so pushy, and then they're painting a rosy picture that, hey, everything
Yes.
is good. No, I mean, yeah, there's things to be learned. And then on the way, there are challenges, yes. But again, I mean, if you look at it like, okay, do I need to worry about it? No, there are so many other people who have done it. They have followed the template. You have followed the template. You have taught so many others to follow the template. They have done it successfully. So why not me? Right? So,
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yes. And so you joined about less than a year ago.
right.
How many properties did you acquire in that time? In like
So
the last 11 months? Where are we
last
at?
11 months, I have like 8 properties
You have
in
8 properties?
in
Oh my
three different
God.
three different
What?
locations.
3 markets, 8 properties in the last 11 months. And what's the portfolio size now?
So it was like mine was 6 million before I joined, and and then I added like 2.5 million after I joined.
Wow. What? 2.5 plus 6 now.
Yes.
Wow, that is
Thank you.
amazing. I'm just so excited. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So, what are the three different markets that you invest in right now?
So this is interesting. I started with Killeen, which is
Killing.
little north of Austin. Yeah. So in Killeen, I have five properties. That's where I started.
You got your first five deals there. Not your first five, your first five in the last year.
That's right. Right.
And then where did you move
Okay.
to after that?
So this first five, I mean, I had those under my portfolio in different stages, and then I came to Burcon, and that's where I think I met with a lot of people, a lot of great investors, Will and Wood, and then I talked to Niti one on one, and I was asking him, hey, Niti, like, what are the other markets? He said, Nirmal, yeah, and he explained one by one, like, yeah, markets are there, good, but you want to look at the market which has cash flow as well as appreciation, right? So the markets I was looking at either has cash flow or appreciation, but the combination of both. So I asked him, okay, so if you are me, what do you suggest? What should I do? So he said, Philadelphia. And that is something, again, my first mindset was like, I don't know to go to Northeast. I don't know why, but that's why I asked him, hey, I don't know what to do. He said, no, this is a good market because of appreciation and cash flow. And so my second hesitation was kind of, but there are so many investors there already. So then how can I succeed when there are so many people? Because then we'll be fighting for the same property. So he kind of said so nicely. He said, that is exactly the reason why you should come. Because there are so many investors, because there is a good market. And
Yes.
then because of those investors, you have good infrastructure built, right? And you can take help from the investors and get more property. And then we have like the boots on the ground. I was kind of thinking, and I said, yeah, let me take a plunge. And then what happened is, and I was kind of then looking, okay, whom do I connect with? Who has properties in Philadelphia? I started working on that, and then I kind of closed on the first deal, and it has gone really good. The rehab is complete now, and it's already got the lease signed yesterday on that. So closed on the second property in Philly last week. So that also, so rehab has started on that one as well. So yeah, and in between, I bought one more property in San Antonio, thanks to Elaine. I think she has a contact there, she has team there, so I kind of use the same team. And she recommended, hey, you go to this. There are a couple of GCs. Go to this GC. He's good. That is one thing I realized: power of the investors, right? The network, and then we can talk to people and gain information and kind of be wiser. Like which markets, what to do. Kind of when this is something new, so you kind of talk to people and you can learn so much.
Yes. And it's hard to put into words the abstract concept of how much a network can impact your journey unless you've actually experienced it. And so I'm really glad that you're talking about that impact. I also think that it's hard to get started. Like there's a lot of, especially if you're a W-2 employee, which a lot of us have been for majority of our lives. And then it's hard to really make the shift to building a business and then investing money and building wealth and then growing yourself as a leader to be able to do that. But then once you get some experience, that's when the real work begins in yourself, growing yourself as a leader, growing that business to the next level. And so some of the things that you're talking about, for someone like you who's already had some experience in real estate, what made you understand that to grow to the next level, you need that support and that help? What was it that made you take that step even after having experience? Like if you look back at the time when you were already doing some real estate, you had invested in a syndication, you were working on a project with your partners, and then you decided to join us. What was the clarity that you had that made you understand the importance of why you needed to join us even after having experience?
So that I need to give credit to my wife. She has been always saying that, okay, so she is running, she is a partner in Montessori schools. So we have three Montessori schools. So we are getting income. That is the income stream which is coming from there, and we have real estate, so the rent is coming from there, and then I have this syndication which is going. So she has been always saying, Nirmal, but these are all with the partners. We need to have something on our own which can support us in retirement.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that is what I was looking for when I was looking for apartment syndication. I was thinking, yeah, that's kind of the answer. But then I realized that may not work for me. So then I kind of said, yeah, Burr is the one I want to kind of explore.
Oh, I see. Oh, I love that. Okay. I'd love to kind of dig a little into your equity in your properties too. You mentioned that your portfolio is 2.5 million. How much would you make if you sold everything right now in whatever you've built in the last 11 months? I want to know how much equity you have because
Would be around around 800. Would be like 25%. So like almost 500K.
yeah, 5 to 8, somewhere between 5 and 800K.
500, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's incredible. That is awesome.
And that is my objective, I mean, yeah, the asset value, yes, it is one. It is just, in my opinion, that is just a number. It's basically the equity you are building is actually that is the money you are bringing on the table. And again,
Yeah.
Palak, I look at it this way, like, I mean, what is the equity I have put in versus what is the equity I have built? Let's say it is 500,000, just to be on a safe side. I have 2.5 million and 500,000 is the equity. So what has gone into building that equity, right?
Yeah.
It's basically, yeah, no doubt, understanding the whole system, and then we'll talk about like mindset change, what I had on the way. But it is basically the equity wise, it is not much, right? It is the same equity we are doing we are buying one property putting some equity into that. But once we build the equity, it is equity because we are doing the rehab on the property. So, for example, can I take one example? My first
Yes,
property
let's do it. I love it.
So my first property after I joined Open Spaces in Killeen I bought it at $70,000. This is through a wholesaler, and it is a 3x2, 1,050 square feet. So all in all, it was like $50,000 worth of rehab. So if you add like 120 was the purchase price plus rehab, and when we did the appraisal, it appraised at 160. So.
What?
Yeah, and that's what I was not expecting that when it
That's
happened.
amazing. This is your first one.
That was the first one.
Wow.
And so, right, again, if you look at it, I built in that equity of 40,000. And what
Yes.
did I do? Basically, okay, I have put in this money, I have put in the effort, I bought the property, got it rehabbed, and then put it under rent and refinanced it. And that is the equity I have built. So that was kind of an eye opener. I mean, this is how you can build equity, and
Yes.
more and more properties you buy more, you can keep building that.
Yes. So you made 40 grand in equity on that first deal.
First.
Wow. That is amazing. And that's just one. And since then,
It has been growing, and then the properties in Philadelphia, the one which the rehab is done and is leased right now. So that got appraised at 380, and I'm just working on the DSCR loan, and so that again. I was just calculating today morning. The loan got approved today morning, so we'll be closing next week. So that one we are building more than 100,000, 110,000 in equity in that one.
on that one deal in a new market that you just started investing in.
And I have not seen I have not seen the property. I have not met the realtor, not in person. I have not met the GC. Everything has gone. I have bought the property. It has been rehabbed. The tenants have already signed the lease, and they will be moving in. So everything taken care.
Wow. And you're making 6 figures on that property that you've bought sight unseen.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So,
Wow.
so this I see like in the journey. This is a beauty. I mean, this is where you will be. In the beginning, yeah, the first one was kind of a little bit of a hassle. Like in the properties in Killeen, I used to go there every week, look at it, make sure everything is going good, and then you understand the pluses and minuses of the team. The team has some plus points, some minus points, so you kind of figure out what to do and make adjustments accordingly. But the one in Philadelphia was kind of, once we had the property done, it went through, and then in the GC, he will kind of just send me pictures, keep the updates, no problem at all, the whole thing. Only once he said there is one place there is a concrete we need to put extra. I said fine, go ahead and do that, and everything is done. So, and that is the way I'm looking at it. Is that is where once you start the journey, you kind of move. Yes, there is a
Yes.
lot of learning, lot of challenges, lot of mindset shifts. But once you go there, then you kind of keep going and get better and better.
Wow. So let's talk about mindset. Thank you for sharing that. Six figures on this
One day.
latest deal. That's amazing. Yeah, you talked about that. What have been some of the mindset shifts that you've made? And I see you pulling out your notepad. You have a list.
You know me. Like if we have the right, the
Yes.
engineers, we have to
Yeah,
write it
we have
down,
the same
jot it
brain.
down.
Everything is as you're talking too, I'm writing things that I want to ask you. So I get that.
Sure. So going through the module again, I mean, I'll repeat. Like what I liked in the module is you're putting all the facts in front, right? And that's exactly the way you have gone through the journey. There is no fluff there that hey, do this and you'll be rich overnight. Nothing like that. So the first mindset change for me was like, as I said, like my first birth, fortunately or unfortunately, was an ideal birth. Like I didn't have to put any money in the deal. So in my mind, it was stuck that those are the only deals I can do. And then when I listen to the program, and then you're kind of mentioning, hey, if you buy a turnkey property, you end up paying like 10, 20, 30,000 anyway, right?
You do.
And which is true. I mean, it is. And versus this one where you have to put in some money in, no doubt about it. But the benefit you are getting is basically you are rehabbing everything, so you know everything in the property. It is new, and the maintenance will be low, at least for next couple of years. So for me, that was the first change. Like, hey, it is okay to put some money in the deal, right? And it's a little hard, but yeah, probably I listened to that module one or two times, and then I said, yeah, that is the shift I need to
Yeah,
make.
that and I'm really glad you brought that up because I think I had a very tough time with it myself because I think as our professions, like especially those of us who come from these professions that make us ultra conservative with numbers, it's very hard to get beyond that and understand the benefits that scaling gives you. And we get so focused on that thing that is in front of us.
Yes,
And you could have never made $500,000 in 11 months if you had focused so much on finding that one perfect deal.
one perfect. Yes.
So,
So
yeah, I love that you brought that up. I think the reason it's in the modules is because I had a hard time with it too.
So that was the first thing. The second was I was looking at the deals in the market in the MLS and in killing market when I started, and hardly anything I could find which will really make sense. Not those many deals. But other than that, I was not finding good deals on MLS. So again, going through the program, it says the other source of deals is wholesalers, and I was kind of I didn't know how to do it, what to do, but then I started, okay, that is the source. I started looking at joint Facebook groups and started looking at the deals there. And all my 5 deals in Killeen area, which I have done through wholesalers,
Oh, these are all off-market deals.
all off market deals.
Love it.
And the beauty is like once you do, again, I'm doing little fast forward, but once you do the first deal, then the wholesaler kind of brings you good deals. Like uh, the like one wholesaler, the second deal which he brought was kind of it is a flip, but it was such a good deal. It was a house sitting on 2.4 acres, like 4-bedroom house with a nice Florida room on the backside, and we bought it at 230,000, and the rehab was only minimum, like $40,000 worth of rehab, and now it is we have under contract for 375.
What?
So
230 plus 40 rehab? You said you bought it for 230
yeah,
and put 40 in it, so 270 and
375.
375.
375.
Wow.
And the good thing was, in this deal, as I said, the relationship is important. Like I told him, he brought the deal to me. I said, hey, I'm not able to come to the deal for next 2 or 3 days, but you are not giving it to anybody else. He said, okay. Because
Because he knows you've closed before.
yeah, we have closed before, and he knows I'm going to do it. And then once we visited, just on the parking lot itself, I said, yeah, good to go.
Wow. Yeah.
So that helps quite a lot. I mean, that is one thing. The third, which was probably the hardest for me, was hard money loan, right? In my mindset is that typically Gujarati mindset is like, if you have your money, you put the money, you don't take any loan. That's how we have been brought up, right? I mean, don't overextend yourself. So in fact, the first deal which I did, that one was 70,000. I kind of used my own money for that deal. But as soon as the first deal was basically, then I had to wait for 6 months to get that deal done, refinance it, get the money back. Till then, I can't do anything else. So that doesn't help. So then I said, okay, let me learn how to use hard money. And then you have to give the interest, you have to give the origination point. Yes, but that is kind of cost of doing business. If you want to treat this as a business, then you need to do that, right? So again, little hard time, but I think the way you had explained that how to do hard money, how to search for hard money helps so much in overcoming that. So, and then the second deal onwards, I have been using hard money lenders and working out really good.
Wow. And you just made 6 figures on this latest deal.
Yeah.
So there's room for that in
It
your
is.
deal. Right? There's
Absolutely.
enough margin. Yes.
And then the fourth one, I think we already talked about, is what, like investing in Philly. Again, some reason I had the mindset that I don't want to invest in Northeast. And after talking to Niti, I said, I think that is something which is a good area. And then there are a lot of investors, but don't worry about it. That is the way the market is. That's where you are getting good deals. And thank God I listened to him. And that is one thing I like about him. The way you guys are putting, I never feel like having any doubt about it. Right? When Niti told me, hey, this is what you want to do, I said, okay, I trust him, that yes, I want to
We
try.
want the best for you. You know
Yes.
that. We want whatever's best for you guys. So, yeah. And it's also true. I know you mentioned like you had this doubt that like, why should I invest in an area where a lot of people are investing? Because there'll be a lot of competition.
Yes.
But also, that's true. He says that about building any business. A lot of us think that a successful business has to be a brand new idea, something that has never been done before. And that's not true. The reason there are multiple people in one type of business is because there is that much demand. There is that much room for everyone to grow. And I think if we can come out of this scarcity mindset that we all have it, that the only way only one person can succeed, if we get out of that, then, and it comes from, we come from a background where maybe that was true at some point, right? But if we can come out of that, then there's just so much opportunity, whether it comes to neighborhoods in real estate investing or building a business. It's true about any of that. So,
And to that point, I think I remember like my cousin, I mean, I respect him a lot. He was kind of like my mentor in real estate. He had mentioned he was building hotels, and I always used to ask him, if there is one Marriott here, why do people build other hotels? Like typically, you see the hotels, there are 2 or 3 in the same area. Why do people do that? Right?
true.
Or don't you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
build somewhere else where there is nobody else? He said, no. In fact, if there is a hotel there, that means they have done the study, they know this is a good area. I mean, you also do your study, but there is enough market for more than one hotel. So there could be 3 or 4 hotels in the same place. That is kind of
How
really
interesting. Yes, that's so good. It's same philosophy,
same
same
philosophy.
mindset. Yes.
And the last one, which I did, again, this is kind of little not pertaining to real estate, but I think, again, one of your modules, you had mentioned about utilizing time, and okay, 2 things there, utilizing time and getting better at scheduling. So utilizing time and blocking time, I'm still not good at that. I need to learn. I'm working on it, to be very honest. But scheduling, I started using like Lotus Notes to write down what all things I have to do. Like, I mean, there's so many different areas I'm working on. I always used to feel that I'm losing track. I'll miss something. But then I started putting on Lotus Note on one page. And then I from there, I was doing that for a while, and I was kind of little better than what I was doing. At least I used to write. I mean, I used to have some notes on my iPhone, something on the laptop, something on the chats, all over. Then I kind of consolidated everything in one place. And then I was talking to my daughter about it. That hey, I'm so happy I'm doing that. He said, Dad, I'm using an app called TickTick, TickTick, and we are her and her husband both are very happy with that app. You want? I said, okay, give it to me, and I started using that, and that has been even better. Like everything is there. I can schedule it like what day I want to do which work, and then when it is done, kind of complete. If not, kind of carry forward, and that is helping me quite a lot. I mean, and I feel that yeah, I have done the work, and I know exactly what is in front of me, and can take care of it. So that mindset
Oh,
shift
I love this. So a new
because of
app.
you, because of you.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, but thank you to your daughter for this app recommendation too. Tick tick. So helpful for people who are listening. Thank you for sharing that actually.
No problem. New investors joining or thinking of joining the program, one thing I would suggest is sometime if you look at the burst strategy, there's so many new things to be learned, right? I mean, you need to you need to learn like which location is good. Where should I invest? Should I invest in my hometown, close to hometown, or out of state? Right? And then once you decide the area, then you need to kind of figure out who is a good realtor, who is a team, right? Go as a good realtor, a GC who can give the rehab budget, and the finance guy, and then kind of go through the analysis, right? And then again, it's not an easy road. I mean, you'll kind of look at so many properties, you will do so many analysis. So it is a journey. So it is a lot of work. And let us say you get the first deal, and then you close on that. So you have to work on getting the loan. You close on the property, then go through the rehab. Probably most of the people have never done it in their life, right? But there's a GC, so managing the GC, making sure the rehab is getting done correctly, and then getting the property, once it is complete, getting it rented, getting it refinanced. So these are kind of all new things in the beginning, but the way I look at it is, it is a challenge. Yes, this whole strategy has been implemented successfully, no doubt by Palak and Niti, and they have taught so many people to do it successfully, right? So we have the whole community which has been successful. So if we follow the system, it will definitely work. Number one, and then we have the community behind us, right? So if you are attending the programs on Wednesday and Sunday, right? There's so much input you can get from those, and we can move forward. And you are not alone. So if you have a problem, like I wanted to invest in Philadelphia, so I have some fellow investor I can ask and move on. So yeah, it is challenging, but you have to take the leap of faith in the strategy, work it out, give it a try. I mean, you decide like, okay, I'm going to try this for 2 years, 3 years, and if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. That is fine. But most of the people, those who follow the program, those who kind of are in touch with the community and want to kind of figure out how to make it work, it will work. Again, I mean, my belief is I am a strong believer in NLP, like neuro linguistic programming. So if you decide that, hey, this is going to work for me, then you will find a way how to make it work, right? If you think that, hey, I'm doubtful it may or may not work or all that, then it may or may not work.
Oh, yeah. If you have self-doubt, then that'll become reality.
Reality. So whatever you think will become. So when I joined the program, I thought this is the best thing for me, and it is the best thing for me. So
Oh, I love that. So I didn't know you were into NLP. Did I know that already?
I think no, we didn't talk. Yeah, I'm big time into NLP.
Oh, tell us more. Tell us more. You run a business with your wife where you have multiple Montessori schools, you said?
That's right. Yes.
You have real estate, you're doing another real estate project, you have bars, you have all these different things.
Yeah. Right.
So how does your NLP
NLP. Okay. So this
background slash interest become a part of this? It's so interesting.
So this is way back in when I was in India. One of my boss, he was into NLP, and he told me a story. And I mean, with that story, I kind of got interested in NLP. So he was an avid reader. He was reading so many different books, And so he wanted one particular book, and he said, Nirmal, I have been looking for that book for 6 months, right? And different libraries, different stores, and I'm trying everywhere. But he said, I wanted that book, period. And I had no doubt that I will get the book. After 6 months, he found that book in Bombay IIT. And he said, that is the last place on the earth. I will look for that book. but, but because he said, I wanted that book and I had that in top of my mind that I want this book, I will get it. And that kind of initiated me into kind of learning more about NLP. And I kind of read quite a lot of books on NLP. And yeah, I am a very, very strong believer. I mean, the way I believe is like universe is here to give whatever you want. It's basically what you are projecting and what you are thinking about, right? If you keep all the positive thoughts on the top of your mind, you will get whatever you want. Okay, I'll give my two personal examples. Like, I mean, when we moved to US, I never thought that, I mean, looking at the financials, I thought, I mean, yeah, I'll be using used car in my life. I mean, never thought about that I can get a new car. But I wanted it. When I was to buy a new one, I had to change the car. My wife said, no, Nirmal, you are buying a new one. And I was that time I was so surprised that, okay, that is the power. You know, when you don't think you can use your financial won't support it, but if you are thinking of that, and the same for business. Like when I moved to US, I always wanted to do my own business. But if you keep that thought on your mind and keep it alive, have no doubt about it. But I kind of started my own business with a partner. So I very strongly believe it. If you have that positive attitude, you want to get it done, you'll find solutions. I mean, the way I look at it is because of a positive mindset, you will find solutions. There will be hiccups, there will be problems, no doubt about it. But you'll find a solution around it and move forward. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. So basically what it says is like whatever is on top of your mind is what happens to you in your life. And that is again like the secret. If you look at the secret or that principle is basically whatever you are telling the universe, right? That is what happens to me. And that is what I practice. Like, okay, today I have like knee pain. So, but I'm telling the universe that I'm perfectly fine, healthy, and I don't have any knee pain. Then one day I'll get to that stage. So, yeah, I'm very, very firm believer.
Yeah, I love that. It's quite, there is a lot of books written on NLP, and a lot of big names practice it too.
Practice it, yeah.
It's a very popular, yeah. Years ago, when, you know, the whole idea of The Secret came out, for those of you who are too young, that's what the concept was too. And the example that somebody had given was, if I just mention to you the color blue, and I keep saying the color blue, just the color blue, you will start noticing it around you.
Yes.
And so it's the same thing as giving yourself these thoughts and prompts. So you start noticing those things, and then your decisions follow that. Whatever is top of mind, when you're posed with two choices, you will make the choice that leads you to whatever's top of mind. And that was the example somebody gave me, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
And I mean, not exactly in the same line, but I mean, I always remember, like when I bought my first CRV, the new one, from next day onwards on the road, I've seen a lot of CRVs. Till one day before, it was the same roads, same vehicles. I don't see them. But once I bought them, I start seeing them. And then, I mean, that kind of reinforced, you know, I mean, you are kind of, whatever is on top of your mind, that's what you see.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Same thing with, I think the car analogy, multiple people have told me, like they never noticed those cars until they bought the car, and then they see them everywhere.
Everywhere. And then I mean, for the advice, the last piece, I would give it to people. I mean, this is what I always think, like, I started this program, I was 66 when I joined Open Spaces, right? And the way I look at it is, if I can do it at this age, right? The most of the people in the program are like in 30s, 40s, 50s, right? Why can't you do it? And the beauty is, like, you have many more years ahead of you, right? I always like to put it like in little bit of a future existence, right? I mean, sometimes you get bogged down by what is in front of you today, but if you look down, if you look little fast forward. So I look at it, okay, some new investor, okay. Assume that you are doing one deal in the first year, and then There will be a lot of learning, a lot of challenges, but you go through it and you do that, and kind of you accelerate it. Do the 2 deals in second year, 3 in third, 4 deals in 5. So in 5 years, you have 15 properties in your hand. And again, assume again very conservative. Let's say each property is 200,000 each, on conservative side. That means you have built up a $3 million portfolio with almost 750,000 in equity. And again, what are the efforts we are putting into that? Basically, learning the system, and kind of once you learn, you are kind of just implementing the same system again and again. It is a repeat, rinse and repeat, right? So that is the potential. Again, if you get bogged down by how do I do the first deal, don't worry. I mean, it will happen. Look at it. What will happen and once you have 15 properties, how easy your life will be.
Yes.
That's how I think, Palak, thank you very much for having me. Again, I enjoyed going back in past and going through the journey, sharing with you. And yeah, I'm so inspired. I mean, thank you to Niti, thank you to you.
Amazing. Thank you for being here, everyone. We'll see you all next week. And go forth and conquer your week. Thanks for tuning in. If you found today's conversation valuable, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got many practical strategies and inspiring stories to help you build lasting wealth through real estate. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next episode.